Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you are great. Thank you for stopping by here on this channel today. On today's tutorial, we are going to be making a beautiful shirt dress with this beautiful Ankara you are looking at on the table. This is what we are going to be making. So this is what we are going to be making today, and this is beautiful Ankara we are going to be using to make this beautiful shirt dress. Please like our page on Facebook at Deltops Fashion Home. Follow us on Instagram, Deltops Designs. Please share this video with your family and friends, and then turn on the notification bell down there to get you an update anytime I upload my new videos. Let's get started. Here are the measurements we'll be working with for today's tutorial. We have back 15 inches, half length 15 inches, under bust, that is the measurement from the shoulder to under bust, is 12.5, sorry, because it's going to have cuts at the under bust. Then we are using band to replace the cut to join the lower parts together, so that's why we are cutting at the under bust. Then the hip is 37 inches, bust is 34 inches, and the length of the dress is 42 inches, and I will be adding joining allowance to it. So those are the measurements we'll be needing for today's tutorial. Okay guys, my material is folded into two on the table. Then I folded this material by my highest measurement, which is the bust. You know, I told you it's going to have cut on the under bust, so the biggest measurement is the bust, around that point, sorry. So I folded by my highest measurement, which is the bust. Then I want to mark the button placket, so I chose 1.5, and you could use 1 inch. Then I want to measure 12.5, which is the measurement from the shoulder to the under bust. Then I'm going to add 1.5 for joining allowance of lower part and the upper part. So this is what I'm marking, and then I'm going to extend the line, and this is what I'm placing my ruler for. Then I'm marking right here. Then I'm going to mark 1.5 from the waistline. I folded this with the bust measurement. Bust is 37 inches divided into 4 gives me 9 1/4. That's 9.25. Then I've marked the button placket from the under bust to the neckline. Then I'm going to connect the dots together, and this is what I'm doing right here. So this is a button placket. These are button plackets. Then I'm going to cut. So this is front panel. So I'm going to cut this one, and then I'm placing it to cut the back panel. So I'm cutting right here. So I'm through with cutting. Then I want to cut the back panel. As you can see, I am folding the button placket because the back panel is not going to have button placket. So I folded it like so. So this is what I've done. Then I'm going to cut the back panel right here. So I want to lay it properly. Then I will cut. I'm cutting right here. So this is a front and back panel for the upper part of the shirt dress we are making. I hope you saw this. So this is the front panel with button plankets and the back panel on the table. I hope you saw this. Okay. So guys, I will go ahead and cut both front and back panel together. Then I folded the button plankets. So the back measured 15 inches divided into 2 is 7.5, and this is what I want to mark. Can you see 7.5? And this is what I'm marking right here. 7.5. So having done this, I'm going down 0.5 for the shoulder slope, and then I'm connecting it to the wideness of the neck. And then the wideness of the neck, I'm choosing 3.5 for the wideness of the neck, and this is what I'm marking. Then I chose 1 inch for the depth for both front and back. You know, I will separate back from front, then I will cut front depth later. Then I chose 2.5 for the depth of the neck, the front. 2.5 for the front depth and 1 inch for the back. So this is what I'm marking right here. I hope you saw it. So 2.5 for the front depth and 1 inch for the back depth. Then I'm going to cut on the point of 1 inch. Later, I'm going to cut the front depth. So I'm cutting together right here. So I'm cutting it right here. So I'm separating back panel. Then I'm going to cut the depth for the front panel. Then I want to mark the armhole. I have 7.5 for the armhole. Then I'm placing my ruler to connect it to the neckline. I'm marking it. Then I want to look for the midpoint, the middle of the armhole line, 3.75. Then I'm marking 0.5 from that point. Then I'm placing my armhole curve to curve the armhole. I hope you saw this. So I'm curving right here. Okay. So I'm going to cut the armhole right here. But before then, I'm going to do the side seam, the bust measurement, then the ease allowance. On the bust measurement, then the ease allowance for the underbust, and then I'm connecting this together. So I want to mark, I'm marking this underbust to the armhole line. So once I've done this, I'm good to cut. So I'm cutting the armhole, both front and back. I told you I'm cutting front armhole later. So I will separate the front from the back. Then I'm going to cut the armhole for the front, and this is what I'm doing. Then I'm going to open the bottom blanket, and this is what I'm doing right here. I'm cutting it into two. So this is what we have for the front panel with button blanket, and this is the back panel. This is a back panel. I hope you saw this. So nipple to nipple is 7 inches plus 1 is 8 inches divided into 2 is 4. So this is what I have done right here. So guys, I'll be cutting band for this dress we are making. So I have 2 inches for the band plus 1 inch joining allowance, making 3 inches, and this is what I'm marking right here, and then I'm cutting right here for both front and back. Then I'm going to add my interfacing on it. I hope you saw this. Thank you for being there, guys. I want to cut the lower part of the shirt dress we are making. Like the underbust is 12.5. That is the measurement from the shoulder to the underbust for today's tutorial is 12.5. Then the full length of the dress we are making is 42 inches. So what I'm going to do is to minus 42 inches from 12.5, and this is going to give me 29.5. So I will be cutting 29.5 for the lower part of this beautiful dress we are making, but I'm going to add 2 inches for joining allowance of upper part and down part. That makes it 30. I'm going to cut 32 inches, and this is what I'm marking. Actually it's 31 inches, 31.5, but I rounded it up to 32 inches, and this is what I'm marking. Okay, so this is a marginal line, so I'm checking it. Maybe we are correct, the calculation is correct, and we are correct. So I'm going to do the side seam right here. Then the round underbust we are working with is 28 inches. Don't forget that we have cut around the underbust and not half length. So we have 28 inches divided by 4 gives us 7 inches. Then I'm adding that allowance and the seam allowance. Then I'm measuring 8 inches to get the hip point, because the person I'm making this dress for is a medium person, so it's using 8 inches. And if you are that tall, you can use 8.5 or 9 inches. Then the hip is 37 inches divided into 4 is going to give us 30. It's going to give us 9 1/4, and this is what I'm marking. 9 1/4 plus seam allowance. This is 13.5. Then I'm moving this 13.5 to the lower part of the dress. Then I'm going to deduct. I'm deducting 1.5. So this makes it 12 inches because I want fitted shirt dress. So I'm placing my ruler to connect this dot from the lower part to the hip point, then from the hip point to the underbust. So this is what I'm marking. I hope you saw what I drew. Please like this video, share with your family and friends, and then if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, this is an opportunity for you. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, tell a friend to like this video. So I measured 4 inches for that. 7 inches is the nipple to nipple of this length I'm making this dress for, plus 1 divided by 2 gives me 4 inches. So I did this in continuation of that. We have that from the upper part. So this is just 2.5 to complete the length of her dart from the upper part. I hope you get it. Then I'm going to put a notch. I want to cut the marginal line. So I'm cutting right here. So I'm done with cutting. So this is a front and back of the lower part. I used my lining to turn it, and this is the back panel. I cut it into 2 because this is what our client wants. He wants slit at the back, so that's why I cut the lower part into 2. And this is the upper part of this beautiful shirt dress you are making. I've attached the band and I joined the shoulder. So I want to remove the pin I used to hold it down. So I want to lay it for you to see. So this is how it looks like. I hope you saw this. So this is how it's going to look like. Then I'm going to measure the neck to cut the collar stand and the collar. So I'm measuring the neck line, and here I have 18 1/4. I have 18 1/4 for both front and back neckline. And this is what I'm using to cut the collar, and this is what I'm using to cut the collar stand. So collar stand is longer than the main collar. If you don't know how to cut collar and collar stand, you can check it on my channel. Okay guys, this is how far we have gone here. So I've joined the band, as you can see. Then both front and back of that part, I've joined them together. And this is the half length and this is underbust and the half length. They are still intact. So once I've done that, I'm going to remove this pin that hold the button blanket down. Then I'm going to loose it to wherever I want my button to end. And this is what I'm doing. So I'm just explaining. Then I'm going to do the side seam, and then I'm coming to show you how it looks like. So guys, I've cut the collar and collar stand. Then I have 5 inches for the collar. 2.5. So it's 2.5. Collar is 2.5 and collar stand is 2 inches. I hope you saw this. So I'm going to my machine now and start joining of the collar stand and main collar. So I first of all join both together before I attach it to the shirt dress. So I have 18 1/4 for the collar stand, and I told you collar stand is longer than the main collar. I hope you get it. So if you don't know how to do this, you can check it here on my channel. I have tutorial on how to cut both collar and collar stand. So I'm going now to join both collar and collar stand together. So when you join this together, this is how it's going to look like. So this is collar stand. So I'm going to join it that way. Then I will fix the button and button plackets. So guys, this is the collar and collar stand. I've joined both together, and this is how it's going to look like when you are done with it. So this is how it's going to look like, both collar and collar stand. You can check this channel. I said I have tutorial on how to cut both collar and collar stand for better understanding. Then I'm placing it on the neckline. I'm going to use my pin to hold it down and begin sewing from that part. Then I'm using the other one to pipe it. So this is what I want to do. I'm using the other one to pipe it in. So guys, this is a beautiful shirt dress. I hope you saw this. This is the band and the button placket. So I will go ahead and attach the button and the button placket as well. So guys, I've attached the button. So this is the end of today's tutorial. I hope you like this dress. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and then turn on the notification bell down there to get you an update anytime I will be uploading my new videos. And I will see you in my next tutorial. I love you. Bye.